BiggerPockets got this wrong when they told 3 million investors that Bryan-College Station was a below average market. They ranked us 169 out of 324 markets. And because of that broken system, you might have skipped over BCS to chase cash flow in Memphis or Cleveland. Those markets generated half of the appreciation of BCS since 1990. Half. Here's what their algorithm completely missed. 1, the student income mistake that poisons the income data. 2, 35 years of steady appreciation that quietly beat Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth. And 3, a $3.5 billion economic engine that makes this market recession resistant in ways that no spreadsheet will ever be able to capture. I'm Greg Schwartz. I'm a local investor. I have a 25 unit portfolio and I've been doing this for 8 years. And yeah, I'm biased, but I'm biased with data. And after you learn the truth about Aggie Land, you won't want your hard-earned money invested anywhere else. Let's start off with the data that BiggerPockets completely ignore. BiggerPockets, like most gurus online, is obsessed with cash flow. They rank markets based on rent to price ratios. On that metric, BCS is a middle of the pack, 50th percentile kind of rental market. Most investors see break even and they stop looking. This is a legacy killing mistake. Bryan-College Station has seen 368% appreciation versus Memphis or Cleveland. Let's look at house price index going back to 1990. So since 1990, BCS has out-appreciated almost every so-called cash flow king city like Memphis or Cleveland. We outperformed the Texas average. We outperformed the national average. We outperformed every major city in Texas except for Austin. And here's the stat that's really sexy. At least it's sexy to me. In the last 35 years, we've only had 4 years where median prices decline. Only 4. And in those 35 years, including the Great Recession, when national values dropped 20%, we never saw a year where annual prices dropped by more than 1%. Never. Back of the napkin math, let's say you put $50K into a BCS property back in 1990. At 368% appreciation, you've gained $234,000 in equity. That same $50K in Memphis, you're sitting around $155K. That's an $80,000 difference. Gone. Because you chased the cash flow market the guru told you was safer. Cash flow pays your bills. Appreciation builds generational wealth. In BCS, you get the stability of a fortress with the growth of a tech hub. Now you're probably already thinking, man, I need to invest in Bryan-College Station. Well, don't wait till the end of the video. Send me an email now. Send me the word cash flow to info@schwartzrealtygroup.com and we'll get the conversation started. I will show you how I deep dive into properties just like I'm deep diving into these market statistics. Now let's talk about how and why BiggerPockets got the income data so completely wrong. BiggerPockets gave us a big on affordability because they claim that our median household income is only $43,000. I'm not really sure where they got their data because even the US Census says that our household income is around $61,000, so BiggerPockets is already off by 40%. But here's the real deep dive. The data, well, it's skewed. We have 74,000 students. That's nearly 30% of our metro population. And they're reporting $0 to $15,000 in income to the census. And listen to me, we're not renting to some student who has a part-time job at a coffee shop. We're renting to the spending power of their parents who are in Dallas, Houston, and Austin. These households are making an estimated $170,000 to $185,000 per year. If our median income was actually $43,000, the average family could barely afford a 2-bedroom unit in a duplex. But our rental market is on fire. Why? Well, because the wealth is imported. When you factor in real spending power against average rents, you realize this is one of the most affordable, stable rental markets in Texas. The algorithm sees poverty. I see massive population backed by 6-figure parental safety net. So we know the income data is broken. We've already established that. But here's what's wild. Even the income doesn't fully explain why BCS held up when every other major market was falling apart. Following the Great Recession in 2008, home values dropped by 20%. Here in BCS, less than 1%. And there's a reason for that. And it has nothing to do with cash flow ratios or census data. It has everything to do with this one institution. Stick with me. BiggerPockets, in their infinite wisdom, ignored one of the most important factors: economic growth, strength, and stability. The Milken Institute, one of the most respected economic research organizations in the country, ranked BCS as the 28th strongest economy in the United States, 3rd in Texas. Why? Because of the $7.3 billion beast we call Texas A&M. They have the 2nd largest campus in the United States, the 2nd largest public endowment in the US, over $19 billion, the 6th largest stadium in the world, and the most loyal, some say cult-like, alumni network on the planet. planet. These former students don't just graduate and leave, they come back. They buy game day houses. They buy condos for their kids. They move their businesses here. And most importantly, they send their kids back to earn a Texas A&M degree. Texas A&M runs on a $7.3 billion annual budget, and $3.5 billion flows directly from A&M into the Bryan-College station economy every single year. That's not a spreadsheet number, that's a landlord's safety net. That isn't just a town, that's a recession-proof brand. So BiggerPockets says that we're 169 out of 324. I say they missed the three things that actually matter. The appreciation track record that has quietly beaten every major Texas city for 35 years. The income data distorted by 74,000 students that are actually backed by six-figure Aggie parents, and a $7.3 billion university pumping $3.5 billion into the local economy every single year. Very few markets in this country have all three, which is why I put my hard-earned money into Bryan-College Station, and why I think you will also. If you're serious about taking the next step, shoot me an email, the word cash flow, to info@schwartzrealtygroup.com, and I will personally respond and get that conversation started with you. And of course, if you want to see how we beat Houston and Austin, check this video out right here.